welcome back to my lecture series. This is Muthuminal R, Assistant Professor from the Department of Agricultural Engineering at SNS College of Technology. Today we'll see the topic on Disaster Management Act and Policy that comes under the unit Disaster Risk Management in India for the students of final year 7th semester at the subject Disaster Management. So under the Disaster Management Act that has been established in the year 2005, the main foundation of India's disaster governance. So it has been enacted on December 23rd, 2005 due to the disaster tsunami. As we all know that during December 23rd, 2005, we have been affected by tsunami. This landmark has caused us a major time period for us to get recovered. So in order to make everything possible within a period of time and to reduce the recovery term, this disaster management act has been is enacted during the year 2005, and we have taken this management act very serious in this period. So this landmark legislation will provide us a comprehensive legal disaster preparedness, mitigation, response and recovery across India. So the main definition that involves under Disaster Management Act is we have to comprehensively consider all the disaster like natural or man-made events causing severe loss beyond community coping capacity. So for this we have to be very much proactive, and the approach also has to be proactive approach which establishes integrated methodology covering prevention, capacity and prompt response mechanisms. So for doing this in a very peaceful manner, we have to be dependent upon certain legal authority. So this legal authority usually creates us a binding institutional framework with clear mandates and accountability structures. So here I have shown you an interactive visualization of disaster prone zones across specific risk assessment for different regions. So since we have been affected through tsunami during those area, we are also coming under three major disaster prone areas, that is earthquake, flood, cyclone, as I have shown here. So other blue images indicates that these are prone to drought. So the institutional architecture under this disaster management acts is as follows for the purpose of national to local coordination. Under national level, the main team that will take care of us is National Disaster Management Act organization, which is chaired by Prime Minister. It sets up comprehensive policies and strategic guidelines for nationwide implementation. So no, not one person could take care of the entire nation. So under each nation there comes different kinds of state implementations. So this comes under state disaster management authority, which is led by the chief ministers that adapt national policies to regional context and local vulnerabilities. So this will be properly under guidance through executive coordination that coordinates implementation, provides technical and oversees training programs. So this will also help us to maintain the ground execution, that is district and local authorities executes plans directly, ensuring community level preparedness and response. This multi-tiered structure ensures seamless coordination from policy formulation to grassroots implementation, creating the accountability at every level. So here I have shown you the related policies, plans and programs, a multi-sectoral approach. National policy framework will help us on disaster management that will align seamlessly with the act to integrate this risk reduction into all developmental initiatives. Sectoral integration like health, agriculture and urban development plans incorporate comprehensive disaster mitigation measures. The third one, that is under capacity building, will help us to train the specialized people for public awareness campaigns and community-based preparedness initiatives in order to reduce the recovery times. The collaborative networks, that is strategic partnerships with NGOs, private sector, international agencies, enhance overall resilience. This integrated approach ensures disaster risk reduction in embedded across all sectors, creating a culture of preparedness that strengthens community and resilience worldwide. So, towards a resilient future, what we have to consider in a very common manner is we have to take care of three categories, that is prevention, preparedness, and response. Risk assessment and mitigation planning comes under prevention. Training, resource, and response protocols comes under preparedness. Immediate action and damage control comes under response. So here, as I have shown here, we have to engage with local disaster preparedness initiatives and initiatives and support policy advocacy for strong community resilience. So this is how we can provide a resilient future even though we have been affected by disasters. So this is what I have prepared for today's class. We have seen something about how we can differentiate the hazard and vulnerability, what will happen if we are affected by the disaster, how we can manage the disaster management act through the management acts, and how we have been enacted through the policy. And if you guys have any kind of doubt at here, you guys can ping me anytime. See you at the next class. Thank you.